All right, everyone. I believe that we are now live. I'm Andy, of course, with Automated Marketer. Today, we're going to be going over how to build a WordPress website within an hour, in just an hour. I'm going to wait another couple of minutes for people to come in. As I'm waiting, though, I'm going to talk a little bit about WordPress and understand why we're going over this. WordPress is by far the most dominating CMS content management system on the internet today. There's other ones out there. There's this one called Joomla. There's this one called Drupal. There's this thing called Webflow, and there's things like Wix and all these Weebly and all these other ones. But WordPress at one time, and I'm not exactly sure what the amount is right now, but at one time was 40% of the internet was running a WordPress website. You have everything from a basic website where a person posts a blog with just information with not much on it to a government websites are run on WordPress. Some of the biggest sites that you go on right now, news sites, even ones like I believe Huffington Post and stuff like that, that you might go to news sites. As a matter of fact, I know that there are, I think The Hill also is built with a WordPress background. A lot of content that you're constantly reading and seeing on the internet is all through a WordPress website. So it's very dominant. It's a great thing to learn, and it's a very easy build once you get comfortable. Now, a couple of things, a couple of ground rules as we're going through this. I'm going to be building out this site. I'm going to do it in just 1 hour. I see that there are questions already coming in. As I get deeper in, I will then answer those questions if they are appropriate, or we're just going to save them to the end. I'll answer a couple of the major questions while I'm still live. And of course, after that, we have our workshop that we do with our affiliates and our paying members. So it's a good old time. So if you're just joining us, if you're just seeing this, what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be building out a WordPress website in just 1 hour. And now that I'm going to wait one more minute. I'll start at 10:33, and I'll really start putting this thing together. We do have one question that came in from one of the people that are here. Can you use AI to duplicate a WordPress site and create unique content? I have not had the opportunity to do that. If it isn't out there already, I'm sure it's coming. That would definitely be a subject for another webinar. It's a great idea. Actually, I'm going to investigate that further. And it's something that maybe if I don't do a webinar, I'll do a video on or something like that. That's a really, really good question. You can but the thing is you're asking AI to duplicate a WordPress website. There's no reason to use AI to duplicate a WordPress website. You can just copy the database and copy the literal files and then post them online. And if you don't have access to those files, painstakingly you could recreate it, but you can't just take another person's work and just replicate it completely. And I wouldn't advocate doing something like that anyway, taking another person's work or something like that. But if you do have access and it is something that you own, you can absolutely clone a website and put it back online. All right, so now we're going to get started. Now we're going to go over how to build a WordPress website in just 1 hour. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is your options for hosting. So you might be like, well, isn't that, an interesting way to start? That's not exactly where you would think I would go, but we got to figure out where we're going to build it. Hosting your website initially is the most important website. Where are you going to put it? Where is it going to live? And that can really predicate how long it takes to actually build at least your first initial draft of the site. There are two resources that I go to. Of course, I use GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel is our preferred, at this moment, our preferred software vendor. And they have a WordPress install. I'm going to actually show that to you now on our instance of GoHighLevel. If you go into GoHighLevel and you go under sites, and from sites, you go to WordPress right here. Now, depending on, where your WordPress is, where your where your instance is living, where your white label version, or if you're a main high level, it's going to be different prices. But you would click activate WordPress, putting your credit card, and then it'll give you the choice of, it's a one-click install. Very, very simple. But for today's lesson, I'm going to use what we generally do, a little bit of a hosting on a little bit of a higher plane, because I like to deal with files in the back end and get a little bit more intricate. So I often use SiteGround. SiteGround is a great company, very easy to deal with their tech support, and incredibly easy to not only replicate a site, but also to do a one-click in to do the install and then continuous backup. So that's why I use them often. Just so you know, GoHighLevel does a lot of the same stuff. Effortless site import, reliable backups, secure infrastructure, simplified SSL, free built-in website monitoring, and it's a fast ticketing and support. So they have that too. I've just been using SiteGround for a long time. Now, the way I start building out my websites in SiteGround is I click on Manage on Websites. And from here, all I got to do is click New Website. And I would choose the plan that I want to have it on. I have multiple plans personally in here. I hit Continue. And then if I have my domain and it's not being used at all anymore, I would select New Domain. Like this is if I want to register a domain, excuse me. If I already own my domain, I would use an existing domain and install my domain here. But because I'm just building this at this moment and I'm not ready for it to go live and I don't even really have a domain, I'm going to select temporary domain. And this will be just fine, the one that they suggest. And I'll hit Continue. Now, at this next step, I can do one of two things. I can either install a new website, which is what I'm going to do. I can, or migrate from wherever a WordPress website is now and clone it into here. Or I could just have a blank site with no files whatsoever if I was going to do an old-fashioned HTML site. But in this case, I'm going to start a new website here on the left. And then I have three choices. I have WordPress, WooCommerce, or Weebly Site Builder. I've not used Weebly before. It's basically a simpler version of WordPress. This is WordPress. WooCommerce is the e-commerce version of WordPress. So I'm going to just go with regular WordPress right here. And I'll put in my email address for my login and then I'll come up with a password or generate a password for my login for my administrator, and then I'll hit Continue. And from here, I'm going to be asked to do the site scanner. I'm not going to choose to do it right now. A person could do it if they wanted to. And then the next thing I would do is I would choose whether I want to do email marketing or premium backup. I'm not going to do either one of these. I'm not going to do the premium backup. It comes with backup already. In email marketing, I already do that through HighLevel. So I'm going to choose not to do that. And then I'll hit Finish. Now, in the background, it's actually going to start building out the website. And this takes about 2 to 4 minutes. Now, I've already prepped for this meeting because I knew I just had an hour and I knew every minute was precious. So I've already put that together previously here. What I would have arrived at had I logged in is this dashboard. Now, unfortunately, they also have plugins already pre-installed. These plugins kind of like slow me down because I'm someone who's more of a power user. It's an effort to make it easier to create a website on SiteGround. I choose not to do that because of my skill set, but by all means, if you want to, you can use the SiteGround Central. Actually, I'll hit activate so I can show this to you. And it is a step-by-step walkthrough of, let's see, where is that? If I go into the details, excuse me, check for updates. Actually, I don't even see that in here and the ability to use. It would normally just come up as the first thing that I would see. So I'm going to get rid of that plugin because I don't actually need it. All right, so we have our basic site already built. Believe it or not, kind of the hardest part is already built. I'm going to give you a little tour before we start building anything. We have this little, if you look in the top left-hand corner, now we would have been at the dashboard, you would have seen that we can go to this little house here. This is going to bring us to the homepage of the website, our nice empty website. Now, as you can see, that little house turned into a little speedometer, so it can go back to the dashboard. So that's how we flip between the admin and the front end of our website. Now, we have posts here is our first type of content that we can add. Now, posts are generally for blogs. Now, blogs are a well-used reason that people use WordPress. It's the original reason that they use WordPress. WordPress was originally mainly a blogging platform. From that, people have then built other types of websites from it. So that is why that is number one. The second entry over here is media. This is where your photos, your imagery, videos, anything like that, that's where it's going to be stored. PDFs that might be able to be downloaded, anything like that. The next choice is pages. Now, you already come preloaded with 2 pages. You have a sample page, and we can view that. I'll just right-click it, so I'll open it up in another window here, which kind of shows you the way this theme already looks. And then the next page is add a privacy policy. And of course, you can also add a new page. And if you add a new page, you're going to get the ability to choose a pattern to start building with and then start building your page. But I'm not going to go that direction personally. I build it a bit of a different way, and I'm going to show you the way I do it. Now, a lot of the pages and posts, if you choose, can also have comments on them. I personally don't like a lot of comments on my site because I'm not doing a big blog thing. But if you're running a blog, and it's appropriate, you're going to want to kind of check out your comments and make sure it's not being spammed, and make sure that you answer comments and, the conversation. It depends on what your business relationship is. Now, that's the basic content types: your posts, your media, your pages, and your comments. The next part is your appearance. It's how it looks. Now, it already comes preloaded with the 2024 theme. You can either use this one, and then they have 2 more from the years in the past. And these are the most basic, simple themes that already come with it. And they're good themes. They're very, very simple, very basic. And if you click the editor, you can see here, you can work on your navigation. You can change the style. They have a couple preload styles, and then you can edit it. I can go here. I can hit this little pencil if I want to edit my style and change my typography, change what things look like. All right. I can, after the style, I can see what kind of pages I have, whether they're published, whether they're in draft, or so forth. Templates, these are all the different templates that I can choose from that come preloaded. And then patterns. These are all the different kind of layouts that I can put on any new page that I have on my website. Very, very simple, very, very easy to use. So that's the appearance. The next part is the plugins. Now, the really cool thing about WordPress is its infinite way of being able to have things tacked onto it, modules in a sense, that can do many other things. You can do anything from having a full-fledged CRM to different SEO features, a store like I showed you before, WooCommerce, to some very archaic things, mortgage calculators, appointment booking. There is a library of plugins. I think there's like way over 10,000. All you got to do is search in here. And like if I put in SEO as an example, excuse me, if I got to click on add a new plugin. And if I type in SEO, you'll see all these different plugins that I can choose from. Now, if you've noticed, I've gone about 14 minutes. I haven't actually started building because it actually, believe it or not, doesn't take an hour to build a WordPress website. Even though I gave myself just an hour, there's more things that I can go through before I actually start building. So I want to continue on this tour as I'm putting it together, and I'll eventually get to actually putting a site together in the next 10 minutes or so. So the next section here is the users. Right now I have my administrator, and I can add a new user very simply just in here, putting in a username and email and sending them a password, and choose whether they'll be a subscriber, contributor, author, editor, or administrator. After that, I have my own personal profile. I'm going to leave this one here. And this is where I can edit any of my information. I've got my different tools. I can import, export, see my site health, see my theme file editor, my plugin editor. Those are third rail. Be very, very careful. In here, I have my settings. I can set here what my tagline is, what the name of my website is, what the homepage link is. I can have my date format, my language format. I have all these different kinds of languages. In here, writing how I'm going to write things out, my mail server, reading, what I'm going to choose for my homepage, what I'm going to choose for my blog posts, discussion if I'm going to use comments, media, the predefined sizes of things when I upload them, permalinks, the layout of the links as they look up here in the URL, privacy policies, different plugins for SiteGround. This is a different part. And now this is a plugin that I'm using called Speed Optimizer, because we want to try to make it go fast. Sometimes WordPress can get very bogged down in the way that it works. And this tool allows us to speed up the whole workflow so that people can see their pages faster, preloading things, and it's basically using the cache. And then in there, we have the different cache in the environments. And of course, I can collapse the menu. Now, like I said, I haven't even started building it. I still have a lot of time to put this website together. So what I like to use personally to build a website is a theme called Divi, D-I-V-I. It's provided by a company known as Elegant Themes. And if you go to the Elegant Themes website, the reason that I like it so much is I really like their layouts. They have tons and tons of already pre-made layouts that I can choose to start building out my site. I can generally find a look and a feel as especially if it's just if it's like a non-custom website, completely custom, but at least something to start off with. So I can they have a whole giant catalog of all these different sites. And if I find a site like this PR firm one that I like, I can look through, see what the page layout is, and then kind of see over here all the different pages that I can choose to build from here. And that's why I'm going to use it. I prefer these layouts. And we'll put a link in the description of this to Divi so that you can get Divi. It's over like that. There is pricing behind it. It is a premium funnel, but I prefer this because I know I can get my work done fast. But there are a ton of just oodles, just like the plugins, oodles and oodles of different themes. Everything from very basic, like this hello one here, to very intricate, to news websites, just tons and tons. I know that person who's on our call works with a spa. You could look up spa, search for the themes, and find right here a spa website and see the preview of the way it's laid out and literally just get to building. I'm choosing, though, like I said before, to use the Divi theme. Now, the way I use the Divi theme is I actually upload my theme. I click upload, I choose my file, and I prepared myself and pre-uploaded the Divi theme for myself. Downloaded so I could upload it. And I'm installing it now. As you can see, it's spinning right there. And I'm just going to give that a minute to install itself. Great. Now that it's installed, I can preview it or I can activate it. I'm actually going to just activate it, and you're going to notice something immediately. I have a new menu item right here. I have to log in to activate my license, which I'll do in just a moment. But I've got a couple different items here to work with in order to work on my site. And I'll go over those in a minute. I'm going to click login. And I'm going to put in my information. I'm going to do this on a separate screen. You're not going to be able to see this for a moment because it is a private number that we did pay for. Right. And then we have all these different choices in here. My license key is now activated. And because of my membership, I am able to bring over other sites I've worked on, other pre-made templates that I've worked on. It has a vast library of different choices, even things that I make custom that I can move over, a lot like the builder inside of GoHighLevel. That's why I like Divi again so much. Anyway, so a couple things here. We have our theme options. I can upload my logo. I'm actually gonna download a logo so I can have something there. So what I'm doing on the side here is I'm just downloading a basic logo of something that I like. Just a logo example. All right, perfect. I'm just downloading a logo for myself. I'll show it to you in just a minute as I upload it. Just gonna make sure that I have that there. Okay. And I'm gonna just download this. Great. And I'm gonna upload my logo. As you can see, it's a very simple logo. I'm going to set that logo in there. And I have a lot of different things I can go through that I can have. Do I want to have a fixed navigation bar? Do I want a gallery? All this stuff. Now, I could go deep into this. There are a ton of settings, but that's going to waste most of my hour. But let's just get to building because that's the fun part. So right now, if I go to the home page, because I changed the theme, I have a very, very basic site already built. I've got a home page and I've got that sample page. And this is, as you can see, it is super, super plain. I don't want to keep it like this. I'm going to create, for the benefit of somebody who's actually here right now, a spa website. In order to do that, I'm going to go to Appearance. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to go to Page. I'm going to add New Page. And you could probably guess what page I'm going to make first. I'm going to make the home page. I'm just going to call it Home Page. Actually, I'll just call it Home. And I'm going to, in the right-hand corner, hit Publish and Publish. And my choices is I'm going to use the Divi Builder. Now, since I'm using the Divi Builder, it is going to give me the choice, and I could take a tour, but I'm not going to right now. It's going to give me a choice of starting from scratch, meaning completely blank slate, choosing a pre-made layout, or, and this is very cool, building with AI. This allows me to generate a layout based on anything that I want. I can click generate layout and literally write out, I'm building a real estate agent's website. Their colors are such and such and such. They want this kind of look and feel. They do mainly beach communities, and it will pull that right in. But I'm going to use the pre-made layout right now. So this is a lot of fun to the other person who's also here. Now, from here, I have all these different choices. Now, I believe I have a spa. Yep, there we go. I have a spa already, a layout for spa. Actually, I think there's a couple in here, which is really, really cool. And actually, this is a great spa layout. Now, I have a landing page, so that could be to advertise anything, or I also have the home page here. So I can click on any one of these. I'm going to click on this and see the layout for the home page. Or I'm going to check out the landing page, which oftentimes I also do use as the home page. I am going to actually use the landing page this time. And I'm going to do one click, use this layout. And I'm going to import the presets. That way it's giving me my fonts, it's giving me my colors. And that's going to pull in. That's going to take about a minute. It's also going to download any images that it comes with, which I will then replace as I choose. Okay, so as we can see, it's pulling it right in. This is just going to take a second. Okay, and as you can see, this is already a nicely built out homepage. I can then go into all these sections and change the information. As you can see, it has my spa services, testimonials. I have a footer already built in here. Now, this is what's really weird is I've got a footer and I've got a footer. It's not really going to work well like that. because I need to take this footer and actually put it into a footer area that will go across every single page. And I got to also build out my header because this header is just not going to work out. This is not exactly the way I want it. It's a little too simple, and I want to use this color, and I probably want to use this green for the links. Actually, let me just see something. I'm even going to change my logo, spa logo. All right, images, perfect. And I'm going to say green in order to have something that goes with this theme. Oh, perfect. Okay, yep, this is it. This is exactly what I want. Okay. Open image in new tab. And I'm just grabbing a logo right now that I will be able to import in just a sec. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my header to match this area. Now, I'm going to leave this tab open. I like to work in multiple tabs because it makes it easier to reference things back and forth. But you know what? Before I do that, and I still do have a little minutes because I'll have a half hour to build out my site after this, I want to go over all the little parts of the Divi theme and how it works. Much like in HighLevel, we've got sections which are blue, which is the whole thing from left to right. We have rows, which are in green. And we have elements which are within the rows. And the rows have the ability to do columns. I'm going to build out a blank one so that you can see exactly what I mean. I'm just going to scroll down here, hit this blue button to make a new section. I'm going to make a regular section. And then I choose the column layout that I want. So I could do 1, 2, or 3, just like in HighLevel. So I'm going to click the 3. So I have 3 columns. And in that 3 column, I have all these different elements that I can use. And if you need an element reference, all you got to do is go to Divi to see how each work. But a big one that I know I'm going to use is one called blurb. Now, of course, I can add text and images just like here at the top. But blurb is important because it kind of combines them both. And I'm going to click that in there. And it gives me an image with a title and so forth. And I can set that however that I want. Now I can go to images over here and I'm going to upload an image. Now a site that I like to grab images for free is called Pexels, right over here. It's a really cool website with all these different images that you can use completely for free. So I'm going to put in spa and I'm just going to pull images right from here. I'm going to click on download. Okay, and I can donate to it. I can use it in Canva, but I'm just downloading it. And it's what's nice about a lot of these images, they are already basically close to the size I want. They're not oversized. You can edit them further to make them go faster, but I can use this right off the bat. So I can go over to this page. Actually, I'm going to close this so it doesn't confuse me as I'm working. And I'm going to change the image. I'll change the image. Now, these are the ones that already come with the theme. But I'm going to upload my image from the folder that I had previously. I'm just going to drop that image right in here. Now it's going to take a moment to process, and I'm going to upload that. And I'll just, and then I'm going to change the text that's here. I'll put the title. I will do face treatment, right? And then I will do... it does come with AI, and I can use that AI right with AI. I'm going to do a paragraph. Was a paragraph about spa treatments, spa face treatment. Now, obviously, I would, if I was doing this with more time, I would get a little bit more detail, but I'm just going to generate this text right here. It's going to generate a little bit of text for me to put in there. Indulge your skin in our rejuvenating phase. I'll just use this text as it is. And I'm just going to not even use the whole thing because it's really long. And I'll just get rid of it right here. Now I can style this. Now that I've done this, I can now style this blurb however that I want. So what I'm going to do is over in this design tab, I'm going to go to title. I want to center my words. this font and this font don't match. So I'm going to hit my check mark. I'm going to see which font is being used here. Okay, let's see what kind of text this is. This is just basic H6. So that's going to tell me right here. We're going to H6, Inter. This is the Inter font. So I'm going to reuse that font, make my life a little easy. So I'll just go to design. I'm going to go to the title. I'm going to go to, I can use all the Google fonts, which are here, just like in HighLevel. I'll type in Inter. Okay. Or if I deleted that, you'll see that there are default fonts if I choose to use them. I'm going to, again, just use Inter. And I'm going to make it all caps, just like the one I have here. All right. And I can change the size, make it a little bit bigger. I can make it bold. All right. And then I'm going to take the copy that's down there. I'm going to leave the copy the size that it is, even though generally I like to go 18. So let's make sure that that's 18. It's 14, so we don't want to do that. I'm going to actually make it 16 here. And I want to make it darker. So I can change the color here. And not only can I change it there, I can choose all these different colors or hit this little eyedropper and choose an infinite amount of colors, just like you would in something like Photoshop. But for this, I'm just going to choose black. And since it is a nice cell, I am going to use this same color for my background. So I'm going to use my eyedropper here. I'm going to pick my color, and I'm going to grab that color. I'm going to grab this area right here for my whole section. I'm going to change the background. I'm going to add a background color, and I'm going to drop that color right in there. And it's going to color the whole thing immediately. Now, I'm not done here, not to worry. What I'm going to do here, though, I want to do something a little bit more. I want to make it a little bit more pizzazz. In order to do that, I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to add some padding to my section here. So I'm going to add 20 pixels above, 20 pixels below, 20 pixels to the left, and 20 pixels to the right. And that's going to give me a little bit of space around there for what I'm going to do next, because I'm actually going to change the background for this whole area. I'll hit background, and I'm going to make it white. Now, this isn't fitting in there completely right now. So this may not be the best way for me to go, because there's another way that I can do it. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go back into the spacing. I'm going to get rid of what I had there. I'll just delete, 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 because I can actually make my change on the actual column. So I go to the row, I go to the column, and I can go into there, and I can do that white background right behind in there. And then I can choose to put my spacing, my padding right here, if it lets me. Hold on. And as you can see, now I have some really nice spacing all the way around. But then I want to add one more thing. I want to add a little shadow around it. That way it's going to raise it and bring it out. So I'm going to go box shadow, and I'm going to add a little glow around it. And I can adjust it a little later. I can have a little fun lightening it down. It's actually it's a little dark. So I'm going to take the color of it. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit. So it's just a little bit of a pop. There we go. That looks great. And now I need to make 2 more boxes. Now, it would be a pain in the butt to try to recreate this exactly like it is. So all I got to do is hit this green check mark here, and I'm going to delete these other 2 columns, and then click this little clone button, bang, bang, and now I'll have 3 perfect columns that are all equal and with all the same settings because I've cloned them. And then I just want to do a little bit more on this row. I'm going to make sure my sizing is good. I'm going to make sure that my column heights are all equal because they might have different amounts of words. I'm going to make sure I can change my width of the area I'm choosing. Right now it's 1080 to go from here to here, but if I want to make it wider, I could just increase it a little bit right here. Whoop. Make it a little bit bigger. I'll just go to 1200. All right. And I can even choose to change the gutter, the space in between, and maybe bring them a little closer together. Or I could get rid of it completely. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I have this nice little glow and I want to leave that there. Wow, that looks really, really good. All right, so next we'll do massage. Massage, I'm going to do a little write with AI. 3 sentences about massage treatment. And I can't spell for the life of me, so I'm just going to correct that. I'm going to generate that. It's going to give me way too much, which is fine. I'll use this text, and then I'll just get about 3 lines in here. I'm going to put a period here. Of course, I would read it. You always check your, I would hope that you would check your writing and make sure it's correct. But again, we're moving kind of fast here. So we're going to do massage. I want to change that image. Now, there is AI imagery here, so let's use that AI imagery. I'm going to generate with AI massage at spa. Okay, and I could choose my ratio. I'm going to do a landscape ratio. I can even do the height and width, so I can make sure I get the exact same size of this, which normally I would do, but again, we're constrained on time. So I want to just pop something in there, but I would make sure that I have all my images at the same dimensions. This is going to generate an image for me. I'm on the free trial right now. I'll just choose this one right here. All right, I'll use this one right here. I'll use this image. Okay, it's pretty close. Normally, I would want it to be exactly the same size, but for reference, we just don't have the time right now. I'm going to check that off. And then the massage, I'm going to click this, and then I'll do, let's just do, we'll do hairstyling. Hairstyling. I'm just going to leave these words here because of time, and I will just put in the word salon here. And I'll pull down an image that I like. Not seeing any images that I really like, so I'll just grab this one. I'll download that one. Again, normally I would have a lot more time to do that. I'm going to grab that image over here. Normally I would take the time to make sure that it's sized up correctly so that it's not so much of a download or anything like that, but I'm going to reserve that for another time. I'm going to go to my image. I'm going to click it. I'm going to upload my new image. I'm going to drop it in here. And I'm going to upload an image. And then we would have hairstyling and we'd have more stuff. And as you can see, I've already built out a section inside of about 5 minutes. But then I would then go back and fill in all the information for all these different parts. And I'm just going to hit save to make sure that's done. The next thing I'm going to want to do my header and my footer. So I'm going to do that right now. Now I already have a footer, so we're going to come back to this one, but I'm going to go in and edit my header right in here. Okay, so what I'll do though is I'm going to need to exit the visual builder in order to do the header. I'm going to go over to the back end of my website. I'm going to go to Divi over here, and I'm going to use what's called the Divi builder. And that's going to allow me to set a global header and a global footer. I'm going to click on this right here. I'm going to build my global header. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to add my row and my section, and I'm going to choose the menu that's already built in here. Okay, this gives me a couple of different menu. If I had a menu or a pre-built, which I don't right now, I'm going to have to do that. It's just going to give me this basic form right now. I'm going to add my image. I'll service that later and make sure that my logo is on it. I'm going to set the size of my logo. Actually, I believe I have another logo, so I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to pull that new logo in. I took a screenshot of another logo I want to use. It's going to look much better. It's a nice spa logo. I'm going to change the sizing. I'm going to change that logo size. I'll adjust it with the percentages, or I could put in the exact amount that I want. I'm going to put 200 pixels. It's a little too small, so I'll go 300. And then I'm going to want to take my menu text. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is put my layout. I'm going to do it center aligned. See, I can do logo up here, menu over there. I can also do inline, where the logo is here in the center, and then on the left and the right are the links. I think I'm going to go with that one. And then, because I already did the eyedropper, the color that I have, I'm going to take that color, my color picker, and I'm going to get that hex code. Going to hit copy. And you don't need to be as intricate as I am. I'm just choosing to be because I've done this so many times. Now, I'm on the menu settings. I'm actually going to get rid of the color that's behind here so it's invisible, because I'm going to do it on the section. I'm going to do the background, add a new color. I'm going to paste it right in there. It's going to give me that color. My logo, normally I would not want to use this kind of logo that has a white all the way around it, but for the process of time, I've used this logo. And I'm going to want to change the spacing to make this whole thing tighter. So I'm going to go to design. I'm going to go to spacing. I'm going to start zeroing out parts of these so I can pull these up. All right. I'm going to do that on the row too. Spacing, padding top, padding bottom. And I would adjust and I would play with it and move it around. And then lastly, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make sure that on my menu text, I'm going to set those, that's active links. My color, I'm going to make it black. I could also make it the green that's in here, but I'm going to just leave it as black. I'm going to change the size to 18. I'm going to use that font that I had before, which by the way has already been saved to make my life a little easier. I'm going to capitalize everything. And I think that's pretty good. I think I'm ready to go there. When I start adding more pages, this will change. And I'm going to hit my green check mark, and then I'll hit save. And I have 18 more minutes to build the rest of my website up. So I got to get moving. So if I go over to the, once I get out of here, I got to make sure I hit save. And if I hit the X and I hit save here, as you can see, the banner has changed. And if I go to the homepage that I created right here, I have a new banner on my homepage for my menu. Now all I got to do is the footer. So I'm going to enable this, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to grab the footer that they already gave me. And obviously I'll edit it and put my correct times and my correct phone number and so forth. But if I click this little guy here, I'm going to save this section to the library, and I'm going to just name it footer. And I'm going to hit save to library. And then I'm going to delete it. I know that seems strange, but I've already saved it to the back end. So I'll click here and I will hit save. All right. So now I'm going to go back to the back end. I'm going to go back to the Divi builder. I'm going to add a global footer. I'm going to go to the global footer builder. And then you see how I have this section already pre-built? I'm going to just hit this plus sign, go to my library, add from library, and there's my footer. I double click on the footer. I use the section. Sometimes I can have an image there that'll show it to me, and then I'll delete the one that was above. Click this little purple thing here and click save. Now, mind you, had I gotten a pre-built theme, all of this would have been done. But I'm showing you how I do it within an hour. All right, so I've got my footer in there. Now, I'd be playing a lot of loud music to get it over with quicker. I'm going to get out of there because I get into a rhythm and I really start moving. So I built these in an hour before. And if I go to the homepage, as you can see, my footer is now installed. All right, if I click on that homepage that I've been building, there we go. My footer is installed. Now I need to go in, but this isn't actually my homepage. It's just the word home. I actually want it to be the home where it's just on the domain. In order to do that, I click over here. All right. From there, I go over to my settings, my reading. I'm going to choose a static page for my homepage. I'm going to choose, guess what? Home. Hit save. And there we go. Now it's my homepage. So if I click this, bang, I have my homepage. If I go to my sample page, my footer is there and my header is there. Now I'm going to build out my menu so that that all the next 4 or 5 pages that I create in the next 15 minutes are just going to populate immediately. So I'm going to go to my WordPress again, and then I'll go to menus. From menus, I'm going to just call it main menu. All right. And then I'm going to make that my primary menu. I know I have two homes. That has already been fixed. You'll see that in just a minute because I'll create the menu and it's already now been created. If I go to view all, I can grab this home page, add it to my menu, and there it is. And then I'm going to click on this automatically add new top level pages to the menu. I'm not even going to bother with the sample page. And I'm going to hit save menu. And as you can see, I've got one link, I've got the logo, and I've got my homepage. I'm almost home free. I just got to build out my other 3 or 4 pages. Now watch this. I'm going to click new since I know it's a spa. All right. I'm going to do my contact page. I always start in the back. I'm going to hit publish and publish. Just the workflow that I like to go with. I could have started off in draft, but I choose to do it that way because then when I click the builder and it loads, sometimes it takes a second. I got 14 minutes left to go. I choose my pre-made layout. I go to spa again. And now all I got to do is look for contact, spa contact page. I click it. I use the layout. And actually, I screwed up, but I still have enough time because I did it as a post. And I don't want to do it as a post. I want to do it because a post would be a blog entry. So I'm going to actually get out of this one. So I'll just X out of this, X out of this. So I still have time, even though I've made a little mistake. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to posts. I'm actually going to delete this guy because I wanted to make a page. And then I'll go to my trash. All right. And I'll just choose all of this and I'll just delete permanently. All right. So I'm going to go to pages. I'm going to add a new page. I'm going to, again, do contact. I'm going to hit publish, publish. I'm going to click use Divi Builder. It's going to take a second to boot up. It's going to flash and then go away. There we go. And I'll click browse templates. I'm going to put in spa. And I'm going to grab the content page. Don't forget I have the about us page, which I'm going to be building, services page. And there's basically 2 types of services pages. All right. Let's see what else I got in here. Okay, cool. So I'm going to grab the contact page. All right. I'm going to use this layout. I don't need to import the presets because it's already been done. So I'm going to click import. Okay. And that gives me my form already built out. So that's my contact page. And look here in the menu, it's already there. Next page that I want to create, I'm going to go to pages. I'm going to go in, I'm going to do services. Okay, publish, publish. 12 minutes to go. Will I make it? Use the Divi Builder. Okay, I'm going to choose my pre-made layout. I'll hit spa. I'm going to grab, I think I did services. So this is the service page and this is the services page. So I can make an individual page for each particular service or all my services. So I'm going to do this one as all my services with a nice little menu. So use this layout. I don't need to import the presets because I've already got them. It's importing right now. Bang, that's done. Massage therapy facials. They even misspelled that. So I even have time to fix that right there. And I would have my paragraphs of information, hair removal, hydrotherapy, all this stuff. And then I'm going to want to make pages for each one of those. Okay. but I'm not going to build all the pages in there. Then I wouldn't have enough time. But I am going to do at least one service page. And as you can see, I've got home, I've got contact, I've got services. I'm going to put 2 more pages in here. Again, I'm going to hit save. Once it's done saving, I'm going to hit exit visual builder. Look, I can go from page to home page. I'm building out a website. Okay, I'm going to hit new. I'm going to hit page again. I'm going to, instead of doing service, let's just say like my big thing is I'm going to do massage. Mary, thank you. You told me I've got the last 10 minutes. I'm roaring to go. I'm going to go massage. Okay, I'm going to hit publish. Whoops, I spelled that wrong. I'm going to hit publish. And now I'm going to have my massage page. I'm going to hit use Divi Builder. In the meantime, while that's loading, I'm going to look up for a nice massage image. Let's do a massage image. Perfect. Actually, not perfect. I think I like, let's look how the page is going to lay out. See what that services page is like. So I'm going to browse my layout. I'm going to go type in spa again. All right. I'm going to choose my service page. All right. I'm going to use this layout. I don't, again, need to import the presets because it's already done. I've got 9 minutes. Can I make it? Can he do it? Of course he can do it. Okay. So I'm going to change this to massage. Whoops, that has a weird thing in there. So I'm gonna, there I go. Now I'm on it. I can also type it in here, massage. There we go. For my title, I'm gonna click outside of it so I can get on this image. Okay, and this is actually, I believe it's gonna be in the column. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There's the image. So this is the image that I actually have to change. So I'm gonna go back. I need a nice square image. Do we have a square image? Well, normally I would find a square. Ooh, is that a good square image? Oh, no, that's iStock. I don't want to pay. You can, there are so many free images out there. You can choose to pay for images. That's totally fine. I'm just going to grab any one of these images now. I'll just take this one right here. Click download. All right, that's already downloaded. I'm going to upload that image. Okay, downloads. I've got 8 minutes left. All right. Come on, upload. TikTok. Okay, it's uploaded. I'm going to switch my image. Okay, as you can see, it fit in there nice and beautiful. Of course, I put in my content. I'll do that later, but I don't have the time. It added a footer. It added that footer again. I got to delete that. All right, I'm going to hit that save. I probably have it on my other pages too. All right, and I think I just need to add one more page. Let's go fix the other pages first. So I'm going to hit exit. I'm going to go to contact because I know I've got that footer. I got a double footer again. So let's get rid of that. I still have one more page to make. Will I make it? I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to delete that extra footer. I'm going to hit save. All right. I'm going to exit this. All right. I think I got to do it. I did it on the massage. I got to do it on services. Yep. Double footer. Enable this. I've only got 7 minutes left. Can he do it? I am going to garbage this. There we go. Save. I think I'll make a page for, let's do manicure. Manicure will be the extra services page that I make. Of course, later I would have to link everything up. But again, I only had an hour to build this. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go get a manicure image. Manicure. Beautiful. Oh, I love this. I'll use this image right here. I'll download that image in the background. Awesome. Now, I'm going to do something a little different. Now that I've done this, that's saved. I'm going to exit the visual builder and I'm going to click new page. And I'm going to type in manicure and hopefully I'll spell it right. I can't guarantee spelling. Again, I'll have to right click and click on there. I'll hit publish. But the difference is when I do this one and I click Use Divi Builder and it loads, I've got 6 minutes left. I'm going to still choose a pre-made layout. But instead of searching for one, I'm going to go to my existing pages. And I'm going to, because the layout's going to be the same as the massage, I'll click massage. I'll use this layout. And everything from massage will be already in there. So all I got to do now is change that image on the right-hand side, go to the column, go to the background image, upload that new image for the manicure, give it a second, upload it. We've got our new image in there. Hit the check mark. I got to just change the word here. Hopefully I'll spell this right. Sure. Bang. Manicure. Oh, did I spell it right? Holy mackerel. I did. I'll hit my check mark and then I'll hit save. I still have 5 minutes left. I think I could do another page. So I'll do it again. I'm going to exit the visual builder because I want it to be even on both sides. So I'll just do detox. So I'll do a new page. I'll do detox. I'm going to publish. Go over here, get my detox image. Yeah, that'll work. I'll do the lemon. Download. While that's going on in the background, that image is huge. I'm going to even have enough time to make it a little smaller because I've got some pre-built functions in my system. Okay, I'm going to use the Divi Builder. I've got 4 minutes left. Will he make it? Of course he'll make it. Choose pre-made layout, existing pages. I'll use the massage page again. I'll use this layout. I'll go over to the title. I'll change that to detox. All right, I'll hit the green check mark. I'll change this image on the right-hand side. Right here, I go to background, I go to image. I'm going to flip that background. I'll throw in this detox. I'll upload the image. I'll hit the green check mark. Now I have my detox, but really contact should be at the end, shouldn't it? So I'm going to hit exit. I'm going to go to my WordPress. I'm going to go to menus. I'm going to take contact and drop it all the way to the bottom. I'll click save. And I'm going to go to settings and I'm going to change the name of the name of the website to my spa website, or my, you would put the name of your spa. I'm going to hit save. I put in a tagline and so forth like that. I can even choose a site icon. I'll use this rose. Actually, no, I'll use my logo as the icon so that I have it as my favicon. I'm going to crop my image. It's all done. I hit save. I go to my home page, and there we have it. A WordPress website built in 1 hour. Nice, clean, professional. All I got to do is change the words. I just got to fix the words, fix the links. I've even had enough time to do a favicon. I've got my logo. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to show a client a layout and a look that if they approve, I can just put in the words and I'm ready to rock and roll. And there we have it. A WordPress website built in 1 hour with 2 minutes to spare. So I want to thank you all for watching me build out this website. It actually only took about a half hour to maybe 40 minutes to build out the site because we explained a little bit of WordPress before. In a moment, I'm going to be shutting off and going to join our subscribers so that they can ask me some questions. And I hope that you will join us next time and become a client or become a member of our VIP program so you can watch us do more of these workshops and build more cool stuff like this out. So thank you all for coming. I'm going to stop my share and we'll see you